that whole time slip thing reminds me of an old episode of Ghost Hunters, where they went to some, fancy frou-frou house. It had been somebody's mansion, and they go into the lady of the house's room, and they get an EVP where she's like, "What are you doing in my room?" And that makes me wonder if that was more of a time slip than she's a ghost. Like, what if Jason Hawes and Steve showed up in her bedroom in 1875 or whatever year it was, and she was like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
So I just looked this up because that reminded me of what is called the Moberly-Jourdain incident. Do you remember that one, Jenny?
You have to refresh my memory.
So just kind of reading off here because I remembered it, but I don't have all the details. So one of the most famous time slip stories happened in France.
Yes, the two ladies who go and
the two Oxford academics, Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, claim to have traveled back to the late 18th century in 1901. So they're walking through a garden that is describes seeing people in period clothing and Marie Antoinette, documenting the experience in their 1911 book, An Adventure.
That's a very, very interesting story. And because they were women, even though they were academics, nobody wanted to believe them.
Yeah.
It just said they were making it up.
And so I would almost want to go back and read that. Like, what did people think about them? Did people recognize them, or did people acknowledge them? And obviously they would have looked completely out of place. Yeah. Especially going back to 1700s France. That would have been like the height of the rouge and the powdered faces, and